Hey, Oscar. So the ODST helmet for your kid is all done. Sharkface helmet. As you can see, it's got battle weathering in the visor as well as the helmet itself. Came out really nice. All the scuffs and different stuff. Obviously, if you want to add any more to that, just take some sandpaper or bang it around a little bit. But it is in one piece, which is nice, and the visor came out great. You could see through it there very well. So my head is a little bit larger than your son's, so the fact that this fits perfectly over me means there'll be a little extra room, which is always good, which is also why I can't install foam stuff myself. The risk is, it could turn out being too small, and it's easier to go, make it smaller than reverse situation. So that is why I include these here with it. This big flap, pretty good to fill the top if there's extra room above his head, and then these rectangular ones you can slot in along the sides and the back, in front of the chin, anywhere that you think there's room. Just have him put it on, shake his head wherever it looks like there's room, put in a strip, do it again. If there's still room, glue another one on top. You can really use any glue or adhesive that you want. I tend to use this Sharkface stuff. It's really good from Amazon, pretty cheap. So on top of the foam for this thing, I saw that you marked the internal fans included. So for similar reasons, I can't put those in myself because I don't know where there's enough room for it. And honestly, if your son isn't going to be wearing this for really long periods of time, like at a Comic-Con or something like that, probably won't even need them. It might just, the visor doesn't fog up that easily unless you're really walking around a lot and you're getting sweaty in the helmet. But either way, because of that, what I've done is, so here are the fans. So I've created this little filter to put over the fan itself because there was an exposed fan here. And then that way, that's the air intake, and it blows out here. That way, you can put it top side up above his head or on the sides. And even if he's not wearing a balaclava or anything, his hair won't get caught into these fans, because that's happened to me once or twice. I've had to tinker with it. But with this way you can put it anywhere you want, and I'm including 2 of them. So that way if you wanted to do opposite directions, or one that's, blowing air up and one blowing it out, get some circulation. Either way, you could just use one as well. It doesn't really mess around with it, whatever works best. But in order to make it something you could take in or out and put wherever you want, I've also attached some Velcro to it here, and then included these. They have a sticky back. You can use glue as well if you're really confident about the location, but the adhesive they come with should work pretty well. And just stick that in the helmet if you need it, take it out if you don't. But they are pretty chunky, so you really want to look for somewhere where there's extra room. That's why I didn't put them in, because I won't, without your son's head here for me to test the helmet on, I won't know. So just put them, wherever there's room. And they come, I've wired them to these pretty long USBs, which is nice because fitting the battery pack actually in the helmet. And by the way, this back bend out here is a good spot to put one, as well as up near the ears or at the very top. But fitting a battery pack in the thing can be really annoying. So I am including this 5-volt battery pack, which it's very nice. First of all, can charge through micro USB or USB-C, which is nice. USB-C is probably faster to charge it, but it has a button that shows the charge right there. And it has 2 ports, so you could get both of these things in there at once. Just for example, if I put that in, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's blowing some air. It's pretty weak, so it's kind of hard to see, and pretty quiet, which is nice. You could get both of these things in here at once. Now they're both going. And this way, with the long cords that I soldered onto them there, you can put them in the helmet and then run the cord under a shirt and either have this in a pocket over here or something, or even, depending on how tall he is, maybe even in his back pocket, have them run up, the wires run up and into the helmet. And that way you don't have this big chunky thing taking up a massive amount of space in the helmet. That's what I would recommend doing there. Obviously, if you want to somehow affix this inside, if there's somehow room for that, go for it, but that is my recommendation. So anyway, you're going to be getting the foam inserts, the power bank here, and then 2 fans with the long cords with those. Make sure you remember that's the air intake, so always have that facing out. Don't, where the Velcro is will give you an idea of what direction to stick them. And then of course the helmet itself. So yeah, if you have any other questions or concerns, let me know. And as a big fan of Red vs. Blue, I'm sure your son will love it. And yeah, thanks.